Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me for another week. I am Jennifer. So, this is actually the last week of April that this reading is for. And I have included, Beltane is coming up on the 1st of May, so it'll be next Monday. So, I actually am including a Beltane deck in this reading just to get in touch with the nature spirits and see what they have to say. So, let's just jump into the cards and see what's going on. Okay, so I've got the decks already shuffled and ready to go. So I'm just going to start drawing from the top. So this first row is going to represent the energies we are moving into for the week. The second row is going to represent messages that just what we need to know. So what we're moving into, what we need to know. And the third row is representing advice, that sort of thing, advice from the guides. So let us get going here. I'm going to move these up a little bit. Make sure you can see them on the screen here. Feel like I'm running out of room. Okay. Yeah, a little bit. This way a little bit. Okay. Okay, so let me stop playing with the cards here and get into the reading. I just like to have everything nice and lined up here. Okay, so the energies we're moving into this week is vision. To find enlightenment, seek nowhere, for it lives within you. So most of my readings are around, our spiritual journey and where we're at in it and all that kind of that stuff. So rather than more physically based. So this is just telling me that, this reading again is going to be as part of what I usually do. And so this week is another week of, to me, more spiritual growth. And I also feel like there is a calling here to get more out in nature. As I'm looking at the card, I'm just kind of tuning into the energies. I feel like connecting with nature this week and moving forward now, especially in the northern hemisphere, that it's getting warmer out, and walking barefoot in the grass and really getting your feet into the grass. I also feel in this card that there is some energy work this week, leaving stuff behind us that no longer resonates. Cutting ties, they're actually cutting here this yarn, whatever this is, and they're spinning it onto a spool. I'm sorry, I'm not a knitter, so I don't know the proper terminology, but so it does feel to me like there is some like cord cutting. So cutting ties with energetic ties with the past. And so this really helps bring about healing. And I also feel like we're going to be receiving some messages with these little bees. So messages from spirit. So it's a really good week to listen to your inner guidance, your higher self, and just guides, and even to nature, especially just tuning in and listening to impulses, those really, really quiet impulses, listening to Mother Earth and listening to the trees and listening to the bird song and all the night sounds, and feel the gentle, the very, very quiet, almost imperceptible shifts within you. And it's I want to say coming home. It's like you're coming home back to yourself, as the card said here as well, keeping the vision, keeping focused on what it is that you're feeling called to do energetically. Okay, so in doing that and in walking this, spiritual path this week, we are embodying here. I see the King of Cups. So there is a feeling of being really focused on what it is that we wish to hold energetically within ourselves. So there is a feeling of there being something specific we want to accomplish. There is a feeling of being really tuned into our feelings around anything, but especially whatever this is that we are wanting to accomplish. I'm connecting it with this vision card that there is like whatever it is we're trying to accomplish, there's a feeling, the rough waters that we're going through some feelings of imbalance. So maybe some stress or uncertainty or whatever it is, but there's some rough water, but we're holding the energy that we are that we're striving for. So we're not in that energy right now per se, but we're holding on to what it is that we are wanting to feel. So we are, in a sense, in that energy now, although we're in a rougher period, I hope that makes sense. So it's like I'm going to say it again and try to say it in a different way, but I'm basically just repeating myself. So I'll just save you the trouble of listening to me repeat myself again, which I have a very bad habit of doing. So as you are doing this, so as you are making your way through this week and, getting through the choppy water, but holding the energy of what you want, part of the choppy water, I think, is that, and feeling askewed or out of balance, is that you're coming up against old belief systems. So as you are, sorry, this row goes so really, these cards just all work really, really well together. So as you are cutting ties, to energy bonds with people, but it could also be old belief systems. And because, I feel this is very much about, yes, our physical earthly walk, but also mainly the spiritual, we are coming up against old belief systems. So things that we have hold as big truths, foundational core truths, we are coming up against here during this time as we're holding the energy of what we want. And so part of what we are feeling here in the imbalance or the stress or the choppy waters is because where we are and where we want to go, the energy we're holding on to aren't in balance. So there has to be a shift in here somewhere. And that's what we're coming up against, because if we don't make those shifts and recognize what beliefs we are still holding on to, it is going to cause, and this is the final card of the row here in this first row, it is going to cause some, now, I was going to say some imbalance. Sorry, you're already feeling maybe some imbalance, but that is causing some imbalance because they don't line up energetically. So it's just recognizing them. And I wanted to say there might be some conflict in here, but as soon as I picked up this card, I don't feel conflict. What comes to me is actually like practicing. You're practicing, and I'm not sure what the heck that means. So it's I want to say it's like you're testing something into the world. So I'm not sure if it is what it is that you're holding on to and you're envisioning, and you're testing that into the world to try it, or if it has something to do with the belief systems and letting them go, and you are testing the waters with not having them, or you're trying new ways of thinking. I'm not sure what that is about, to be honest with you. There's also a little bit of a feeling, and maybe this is a more clearer perception of what I'm getting from this card, is that it is So it's something more within ourselves. It's not so much trying something in the world, but it's almost like it's like we're going into the files of our minds, and we are, it's like opening a file cabinet. Okay, bear with me. This is what I'm picturing. We're opening a file cabinet of memories. Okay, so, and we are going through file by file by file, and the memories, and all of a sudden one file kind of jumps up out of the others, and you go, oh, what's this? And there is like a memory that was formed during this particular experience. And so this memory, not only was it created during this experience, but a belief system was also created. And it's almost like we are it's like old memories popping up to reveal where these belief systems came, so that we can recognize it, because it's almost like they're hidden away so deep that we've had them so long that to try to get them or reach them, we can't. So we need help. So I think part of this week is about that, is setting like an intention and holding the vision of the feeling of what it is that you want to achieve, and then allowing Spirit to work through us to bring up the blockages, okay, so that we can release them. Wow, okay, that's really, really deep. So the second row is just the messages. So, and this is perfect, okay? So as we are working through this week, this final week in April, and we have a vision of what it is we're wanting to accomplish. So this could be a spiritual thing, it could be a physical thing, okay? But the process between here and there is definitely a spiritual. So it is about recognizing beliefs that are holding us back, so we can let them go. And so there is some internal work involved, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So as this card is saying, practice, 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 I think that makes a lot of sense for this first row. But this could also be about, meditation, taking time out alone in a peaceful setting. It could also be about being in nature, connecting with nature, being surrounded by nature, and taking time out. And again, listening to all the voices of nature around you, and feeling what they're saying to you, picking up, sensing what it is. So the messages with that in this middle part of the reading is that, so I feel like with this one, again, we're creating something. This is part of a bigger picture. So whatever stage we are at in this week, I feel like there is a much grander scheme here, and we are just at the beginning of the journey. I don't, again, feel that we can see what the end result looks like exactly, or I mean the end of this journey is that we are on particularly here. I feel like we know one step and then the next step. It's still in a building phase. It's still in a creative stage. So that is just telling me with this card that it's infinite really at this point. However, with the following card, the Eight of Swords. So although, yes, the possibilities are infinite, we're still at the building stages of this journey that we are on. This to me again is going back to, and it's just confirming what I picked up in the first row around your belief systems, especially because if you can see it here, these two are side by side. So these are belief systems that we are blind to, and I think that they can stop us from seeing the full potential of what it is that, this journey that we're on, and having creativity around what it is. So my feeling is that there is a feeling within us that is drawing us onto this pathway, but we don't mentally, we don't really know or understand the full picture of where it's taking us. So almost in a way, we're blindly walking down this path, trusting our intuition, trusting the feeling in our gut that this is right for us. And so as part of this journey, there's an opportunity to grow through the awareness of the belief systems that we are holding on to, and how it can blind us to opportunities that are right in front of us, but we can't see them because of the filters that we have. So there is a great opportunity this week to bring them into awareness. But yes, I feel nature, the cards are saying through nature, grounding, being grounded is a really big part in the journey this week. Okay, so finally in this row, we have the Emperor. So I feel a lot of power from this card, like a lot of power. And I think this is reminding us of how powerful we are. This can be twofold, this card. I actually feel two separate energies with it. So I feel on one hand that these systems, these beliefs that we carry within us in our energy, that filter our perception of our lives and the potential of what we can do, is very powerful, and it can be all encompassing. There are things at play here that we have no idea. There are layers and layers of conditioned belief systems within us, because we are energetic beings. And as we are going through the earlier part of our journey, before our hearts are broken, before we learn that people have unpure intentions toward us, and we begin to feel unsafe in the world, and we hold fear, that fear cuts us off from who we really are, and it keeps us bound, and it keeps us in the dark of our pure light. So this is very powerful, and it can control us. It controls us, period. Not can, it does. So this is a journey about stepping outside of that. This is a journey about coming back into your true power. So see what I'm saying here with this card? I'm feeling two opposite energies, but the same in a sense, that you are the powerful creator here. You are the one who either lets these beliefs, limiting beliefs, any belief is really limiting, control you and cut you off from the truth of who you are, or you can break free of that and take control in a whole new way. I feel that we have been on this journey for a while. We have been taking back our own power, but I feel like what this reading so far is telling me is that there are big changes coming within us as a collective. Now, I know some of you, this is going to resonate. Some of it is, some of it's not. But I mean, it feels like things right now, I think it has a lot to do with the eclipse season, and just the constellations, where how everything is lining up right now. And we are in, yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself again, but just that. So there is opportunity. The energies are there to support those of us who are in this part of our journey, that there's going to be big changes of stripping away layers of beliefs that hold us back, that keep us in fear, the fear hiding us from our true selves. Okay, so the final, just moving on here, the final row for the week. So this is any guidance that the guides want to give us, guidance or advice for the week. And we have the sacred journey markers, death, Oh my gosh. Okay. So that just totally confirms what I was just picking up, that we have some major shifts here. I'm surprised there isn't a tower card in this reading, because tower is about breaking down of old things and major awakenings, major shifts. You know, there's also isn't a judgment card here too, which that would really fit well into this reading. But this is the death card, and that says it all. So this is transformation, and it's, you know, with the tides and the cycles of the water and the beaches, and it's a washing away of the old and refreshing, so bringing in new energies. And there is yes, again, with the cycles. So cycles, the constellations, cycles within ourselves, the cycles of the time of year it is as well. So this is almost like a rebirth. And I'm also going to say that because the first tarot card in this row is the World. So is, again, this is cycles. This is all about cycles. This is the, you know, learning. This is us in the world, and it's like another trip around the sun. This is new levels of learning and perceiving as we are in our bodies in this lifetime, learning and remembering again who we are. And so following that, we have the Two of Cups. So I'm just feeling into this a little bit. I feel like there is with this, and as it comes to this particular reading, it feels, I'm getting a few messages with this card actually. So I'm getting that there is a counterpart here. Now, this could be somebody in your physical world, a partner or a mentor. There isn't any other cards in this reading to indicate to me this is a romantic connection, but I feel like there is a connection with somebody in the physical who can support you in this journey as you are going through your week, as you are coming up with, going through the shifts in your life, shifts in your perception, your beliefs. But I also feel like this is about you connecting with, or you, I mean me as well, us. When I say you, it says us as a collective, but connecting with our higher selves, hearing the guidance from within us, and our guides. And it just feels like there is, like the first thing I got to was like the bond is growing stronger. So we are embodying more of our light, more of who we truly are, but also the healing, right? Because we have the serpents here, right? Which is, and I forget the proper word for it, but it's that the symbol of healing, of medicine, right, in the Western world. So in this connection that we are building with ourselves, there is a great healing happening, which brings about more balance, okay? And then finally, the final card, and we had this card last week, and this card last week was actually in the middle of the deck. I remember it perfectly because I had said, we're getting our ducks in a row. So this week, I'm not feeling that with this card. I am actually feeling, I'm just going to place it back down here for a second. Okay, so what I'm feeling here is success. I'm feeling that it's like an opening. It feels like there is an opening. So as we are shifting and changing internally here in this week, there is this awareness opening within us, like our eyes are open and we are looking out into the world and realizing in a new sense how we can affect the world, and affect ourselves within the world as well. So dreaming the world into being how you want it to be, how you want to be in it, And I don't feel like, even though this is a pentacle, I feel like this is more about a dreaming stage and more of a realization. Again, I'm going back to that opening. It feels like there's just this big opening within us of, oh my gosh, sort of thing, that we are coming into awareness of how much we can actually affect the world through ourselves. And by embodying more of who we are, how this comes to play as we go out into our daily lives. I think that is a profound reading, and I hope that it resonated with you, and I wish you so much love and just many blessings as you I just saw something fly across the screen as you carry on forward in this week to come and beyond that. And please take care of yourself. And thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot to me, and I really do appreciate you. And if you have any thoughts, comments on the reading, want to share any part of your own life, please do so in the comments. I always love to hear from you and hear any feedback that you might have. Alrighty then, so have a wonderful week and take care. Bye for now.